Hi, welcome back. I'm Ashik here. Today I'll show you 7 sales related transactions that confuse you so much when you get this transaction to journalize in your exam. Okay. So here we have the format. You see, we have here 5 columns in this format: date, detail, folio, debit and credit. These two debit and credit columns, you need to put the amount. Okay. So money is given with a transaction. You have to write it here. Okay. Then here I'll show you how to journalize these 7 transactions which are only related to sales. Okay. So here first one is sold goods on credit, $3,000. Okay. So sold goods on credit. First of all, what is sales? It is an expense or an income. It is a nominal account. So what is the rules for nominal account? All expenses will be debited. All incomes, gains, profit will be credited. Okay. So sales is an income, it's a revenue, so it will be credited always. Okay, don't forget. So here sold goods on credit. Okay, here credit. What does credit mean? Credit means that you sold something but you did not receive money yet. Okay, the customer will pay you money later. Okay, fine. So what is the transaction here? Already you know sales is an income, so it will be credited. Okay, so if sales is credited, so what will be here? Debited. So sold goods on credit, so you did not receive money from the customer. Okay, so now customer account will be here debited. Okay, it is an asset. Your customer is an asset for the business. Okay, so increasing asset will be debited, decreasing asset will be credited. Okay, so here you sold goods on credit, there is an asset created, that means asset is here increasing, so asset will be debited. And what is our asset here? Customer. Customer means accounts receivable. Okay, all trade receivables, whatever you call. So let us write here number 1. Already we wrote here, so we can write here accounts receivable to be debited and sales account to be credited. Okay, so what is the amount here? It is here $3,000. So let us write here $3,000 on the debit column and $3,000 on the credit column. Okay, so this is how you have to journalize this transaction. Okay, so here we did not write narrative. Today in this lesson I will not show you how to write the narrative. I have some other videos. Please check out my channel to learn how to write narratives for journal. Okay, so very good. So first one is done. What is next one? Sold goods in cash, $2,000. Here it was on credit, but here it is in cash. That means you sold goods and you received money in cash. Okay, so it is here $2,000. Sales is the revenue, it is credited. Yeah, so what comes in here? Cash is coming in the business. Okay, cash is an asset, it is a current asset. Okay, so asset is coming, asset is increasing, means asset will be here debited. Okay, so let us write here cash account to be debited and sales account to be credited. So what is this amount? It is $2,000 on the debit column and $2,000 on the credit column. Very simple to understand. So here what will be the narrative? You can write sold goods in cash. Okay, or sold for cash. Okay, whatever you want you can write, no problem. So number 2 is done. What is number 3? Sold goods by check, $5,000. Here business sold goods not on credit, not in cash. It is sold by check. That means business sold goods and received a check. Okay, so receiving check means receive money by bank. Don't forget, bank is an asset, so asset is here increasing, asset will be debited. Okay, where there is check you should write bank, never write check in any books of account. So here bank is increasing means asset is increasing, so increasing asset will be debited. So let us write here bank to be debited, and here same sales is credited. Okay, how much it is here? $5,000 on the debit column and $5,000 on the credit column. If you want to write note, how to write? You can write here sold goods by check. Okay, so finish number 3. Now number 4. Here what is written? Sold goods on credit to John, $2,500. Here the word credit is written, means business sold goods but did not receive money yet. Okay, so how to journalize this transaction? So here we will write accounts receivable or Mr. John. What to write? So here the name of accounts receivable is given, which is John. Okay, when the name of the accounts receivable given in the question, so you don't have to write accounts receivable. Okay, you need to write the name of the customer, name of accounts receivable, which is here Mr. John. Okay, so let us write here Mr. John debit, and here sales to be credited. Okay, why Mr. John debit? Because it is an asset. Asset is here increasing in asset will be debited. You already know. So how much it is here? $2,500 on the debit column and $2,500 on the credit column. Okay, very simple, right? But when you see this transaction, this type of transaction on your exam paper, you get often confused. Okay, so learn this transaction today. Next time I hope you will not make any mistakes. Okay, so what is next? It is number 5. Sold goods in cash to Sam, $3,500. Okay, so here sold goods in cash. So here the customer name is given Mr. Sam, and at the same time goods were sold in cash mentioned. That means sold goods, business sold goods and received the money cash. Okay, now confusing thing is what to write. You will write here cash or you will write here Sam, the name of the supplier. What you will write? Here we had on credit and we had the name of the customer. Okay, so we did not write here accounts receivable. We wrote the name of the customer. Okay, which is John. But here we have the transaction in cash and we have the name of the customer. So if we compare this to this, we should write here Sam, yeah, but never write the name of the customer when the transaction is made either in cash or by check. Why? Because business sold goods and received cash. That means transaction is here completely settled, absolutely settled. So here nothing is left. We don't have to record the amount in customer account. Okay, that means we don't have to record the customer here. So let us write here cash, because here cash is an asset. Asset is here increasing. Asset will be here debited and sales will be here credited. Okay, the amount is here $3,500 on the debit column and $3,500 on the credit column. Okay, that means this transaction number 5 and number 2 is completely same. Okay, here we don't have name, but here we have named. Why this name is given, the customer name is given? Just to confuse you. Okay, just to check your understanding. So if you know that if the transaction is made in cash, you don't have to write the customer name. In this case, nothing will be confusing. Okay, so you can journalize this transaction perfectly, properly. Okay, so number 5 is done. Then we have number 6. Sold goods by check to check $5,000. Okay, so business sold goods and received the check. That means transaction is here completely settled. Okay, but here the name of the customer is given same, just to confuse you. Okay, so you don't have to consider the customer name. Okay, because you already received the check and you handed over the goods. That means transaction is settled. Okay, so here check means bank. Yeah, receiving check means receive money by bank. That means bank is an asset. Asset is here increasing. Increasing in asset will be debited already you know. Okay, so let us write here bank account to be debited and same sales account to be credited. So what is the amount here? $5,000 on the debit column and 5,000 on the credit column. Okay, so if you want to write narrative, what to write? You can write here sold goods by check. Number 7, sold goods to AB traders, $7,500. Okay, so here $7,500 and goods sold on credit or in cash, not mentioned. It is not stated clearly. So here how you understand? You receive money or not? It is on credit or not? How to understand? Nothing is mentioned, nothing is clear here. Okay, so in this case you can consider this transaction in cash or you can consider this transaction on credit. Okay, whatever you want you can do it, but you need to write a narrative here. Okay, you need to write narrative to clarify that this transaction is considered as a cash transaction or this transaction is considered as a credit transaction. Okay, so as here neither cash nor check, nothing is mentioned, we can consider this transaction as credit transaction. Okay, in this case what to write? We have to write the customer name. Okay, here customer name is given, which is AB traders. Okay, so here let us write here AB traders to be debited and sales account to be credited. Okay, the amount is here $7,500 on the debit side, 7,500 on the credit side. Or if you think that no, you not consider this transaction as a credit transaction, no, you can do it. So if you want to consider this transaction as a cash transaction, you can write here cash to be debited and sales to be credited. Okay, in this case you need to write here narrative goods sold in cash. Okay, to clarify. Okay, so this is how you need to journalize the confusing transactions like this. Okay, I hope if you practice you will not make mistake next time. So I'll see you soon with a new video. Until then, bye bye and take care.